one where it was complimentary. And I thought that I don't think I've ever been as close to a player as I've been to him.
Phil Jackson. The name itself feels like basketball royalty. Known as the Zen Master, Jackson's ability to win 11 championships as a head coach isn't just legendary, it's unprecedented. But while he's famous for unlocking greatness in superstars like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, his coaching career wasn't without friction. Not every player thrived under his watch. Some clashed with his system, his personality, or his expectations. Today, we're diving into 6 basketball players who didn't exactly get along with Phil Jackson and the stories behind their beef. J.R. Rider. Rider came to the Lakers during the 2000 to 2001 season, and let's just say it wasn't exactly a smooth fit. Rider was known for his high-flying dunks and raw talent, but his issues on and off the court didn't mesh well with Jackson's disciplined, team-first philosophy. Phil Jackson had built a powerhouse around Kobe and Shaq, players willing to follow his system. Rider, on the other hand, wanted to do things his way. Multiple reports from around the team claimed that Rider showed up late to practices, if he showed up at all, and struggled to adapt to the triangle offense, a system that required patience and selflessness. Jackson limited Rider's role significantly, often keeping him on the bench. After one season, he was gone from the Lakers, and his NBA career fizzled out shortly after. Looking back, it's pretty clear, Jackson wasn't the kind of coach to tolerate behavior that disrupted team chemistry. Kobe Bryant. It's hard to imagine Phil Jackson without thinking of Kobe. Together, they dominated the NBA, building the Lakers dynasty that won 5 championships. But the truth is, Kobe and Jackson had a very rocky relationship, especially early on. When Phil Jackson first began coaching Kobe, he famously labeled him uncoachable. Kobe's intense drive to be the best, and often win games on his own, clashed with Jackson's preference for teamwork and his structured offense. In Jackson's book, The Last Season, Jackson wrote about Kobe's tendency to take over games, saying, "Kobe just didn't trust anyone else on the court." But as their careers went on, they came to understand each other. Jackson realized how to balance Kobe's immense individual talent with the needs of the team, and Kobe began to buy into Jackson's vision. It wasn't always smooth sailing. Kobe and Shaq's infamous feud forced Jackson to leave the Lakers for a brief period. But in the end, Jackson and Kobe were able to turn their differences into one of the most successful partnerships in NBA history. Shaquille O'Neal. Phil Jackson and Shaq won 3 straight championships together from 2000 to 2002, creating one of the most dominant dynasties in NBA history. But make no mistake, there was tension behind all that success. Shaq wasn't known for being the most disciplined player. He'd often show up to training camp out of shape, expecting his natural talent to carry him through the season. Jackson, on the other hand, valued preparation and hard work. In his book, Jackson admitted being frustrated with Shaq's approach, calling it disrespectful to the game. Still, Jackson knew how to get the best out of Shaq when it really mattered. By the time the playoffs rolled around, Shaq was ready to dominate. Even years later, Shaq admitted that while he and Phil didn't always see eye to eye, he respected his ability to keep the team focused. Shaq called him the greatest coach of all time, despite their differences. Dennis Rodman. Coaching Dennis was, well, complicated. Rodman was one of the best defenders and rebounders in NBA history, but his off-court antics were the stuff of legend. Wrestling appearances, Vegas trips in the middle of the season, and let's not forget the wild outfits. Phil Jackson knew Rodman was a different breed, so he coached him differently than anyone else. Instead of trying to control Rodman, Jackson gave him room to be himself, within reason. He even allowed Rodman to take a mid-season vacation during the Chicago Bulls' 1996 to 97 championship run, famously letting him blow off steam in Las Vegas. Rodman himself admitted that Jackson's laid-back approach made it easier for him to thrive. But that doesn't mean there weren't issues. Rodman's unpredictability sometimes clashed with Jackson's carefully constructed team dynamics. In the end, though, Rodman delivered where it mattered, on the court, helping the Bulls win 3 straight titles from 1996 to 1998. Scottie Pippen. Phil Jackson and Scottie were key to the Bulls' dynasty in the 1990s, but their relationship wasn't without drama. The biggest controversy came during the 1994 playoffs when Jackson drew up a game-winning play for Tony Kukoc, not Pippen. Pippen felt disrespected. He was the Bulls' leader while Michael Jordan was off playing baseball, and he thought he deserved the ball in clutch situations. In protest, Pippen refused to re-enter the game, leaving his teammates to fend for themselves. Years later, Pippen admitted he still felt hurt by the decision, calling Jackson's move a slap in the face. While the two eventually patched things up on a professional level, Pippen hasn't shied away from publicly criticizing Jackson in retirement, even suggesting Jackson's decision had racial motivations, a claim Jackson dismissed. LeBron James. Phil Jackson and LeBron never worked together, but their relationship has been icy at best. It all started in 2016 when Jackson referred to LeBron's business partners as his posse during an interview. The term was seen as dismissive and disrespectful, especially since LeBron's inner circle includes longtime friends he's worked with to build businesses and brands. LeBron didn't hold back when he heard the comment, saying, "I lost all respect for Phil Jackson." He added that the word posse felt like a shot at young black men trying to create something meaningful. Jackson never apologized, and his critiques of LeBron didn't stop there. He's repeatedly compared LeBron unfavorably to Michael Jordan, particularly when it comes to leadership. While some fans see Jackson's comments as honest analysis, others view them as unnecessary jabs at one of the game's greatest players. Phil Jackson's ability to manage larger-than-life personalities is a big part of what made him so successful. But when it came to certain players, even the Zen Master had his limits. These stories show that even the greatest coach in NBA history couldn't get along with everyone. What do you think? Was Phil right to stand his ground with these players, or should he have been more flexible? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next one.